Hey guys, welcome back to another episode in the deep playthrough of MGS3. It's such a cool game. I've hardly went far in it, despite already playing for like, I don't know, 8 hours or something, maybe longer. And I just have a hard time putting it down. I won't tell you what the time is now, but it's really the time that some people who have jobs that start early, very early, they may already be getting up. No, get down, snake. Right, this is dangerous. Where is the guy? We're missing one guy. This is quite dangerous what I'm about to do. But I'm doing it anyway, screw it. Also the ragdoll physics, they're actually pretty impressive. And the fact that you can indeed interact with bodies is in itself, even in modern games, not always the case. Often the bodies just turn into static objects, immovable objects. So again, kudos to everybody who worked on this game. That DPM, that's one effective cover, I must admit. Right, where is our friend? Yes, I see him. There he is. The last one. This should work. All alone, frightened, in the shrubbery. Last shot. Holy shit, I wanted to shoot and then suddenly it only holstered the weapon. Here we go. Let's quickly get this stuff. Very nice. Finally. God damn it. Alright, that took like a whole episode, this section. Sorry for that. But I still liked it. Let's see if there's anything new. Yes, something over here. Before we continue further, we are playing on the hardest difficulty level, so I'm not sure whether resources are more scarce. Than otherwise would be the case, but I'm checking it anyways. seriously, this game, I have more fun in this game than since a long time. This is how everything clicks for me in this game. Like the story, the details in the story. Again, I'm repeating myself, but even compared to The Last of Us 2, which is supposed to be that mighty graphical powerhouse, which I personally find a bit over-exaggerated. I think that Crysis in 4K still beats it. So, and that's a game of 12 years old or something. Or, I don't know, yeah, it's something around that. It still beats it. But gameplay-wise, games like these, they are so much more fun than that tried and true formula of The Last of Us 2, where you have a bit, yeah, and also all the politics in that game. This game is also more free. Yeah, of course, it's politics on the global level.
I've been waiting for this moment.
But The Last of Us 2 is more like current politics.
That's it.
Mixed into your game.
That's the stance. I don't think so. What? A female spy? This bitch is wearing perfume. Stay where you are. I've had enough of your judo.
I see you've got yourself a single-action army.
That's right. There'll be no accidents this time.
You call that an accident? Well, it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been showing off.
What did you say?
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning to auction it off as a collector's item. And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We'll see.
That thing only carries 6 shots. The Makarov carries 8. You have to get a feel for how many you have left. This is a high-class weapon. It's not meant for shooting people.
Damn! This isn't over yet.
Don't.
Why?
He's still young.
You'll regret stopping me. Damn it! I've got to get back before he does.
Alright, making a little notes because there's something I don't understand. Like, Adam... So Adam is apparently... Yeah, okay, we don't know he is Adam yet. That is probably... maybe I'm spoiling something, but I think Ocelot is Adam. But so, if they're on the same team, why did he try to shoot Snake? Is that like a show? Why would he want to keep up that appearance? So maybe he purposefully left his gun empty. 1 second, one other note. Sorry guys. I don't really get it, but let's assume... So Adam is part of Volgin's crew, but apparently he infiltrated Volgin's crew and he is a US agent. Or actually, let's say he is a KGB agent, or he... Yeah, the USSR offered Adam and Eve to Snake to help out in his mission. So that's fine, but then why does he want to shoot Snake? Unless it's just to keep up appearances for Volgin, which he infiltrated. And why don't Adam and Eve know of each other, that they are both on the same team to help out Snake? 1 second. One other note. Alright, but so we do know, regardless of whether Adam or Ocelot is Adam, we know that both of them were offered to Snake by the USSR to assist him. Why didn't the USSR, whoever coordinated them to help out Snake, probably like the current president, his KGB, it's from Khrushchev. Why didn't they inform Adam and Eve of each other? That they have like the same goal, help Snake out. I don't understand that. I can understand them not informing each other because it could jeopardize their spy position. But still. One moment. Alright, but that's one thing I don't really understand. It seems to be like Snake comes into whatever the name is here, it's hard to pronounce, to defeat Volgin and the Shacklehods, which Khrushchev himself also wants. Then it just seems, and they Snake gets offered like Adam and Eve, and to be honest, it looks a bit like an uncoordinated mess what they're now doing, like fighting each other. And but of course, I understand a story must also be written, but I hope it gets explained a bit. And this is also the reason why I'm actually taking notes, because there will be way more of this kind of twists and unclarities in the game, this game, but especially the whole saga. And at one point it just gets super confusing, so then it really pays off to make some notes, I hope. Anyways, let's ask for some
It looks like you've got rid of all the ocelots.
Yeah.
Now proceed with the rescue of Sokolov. According to Eva, you should start by going to the crevice to the north and...
Can we trust her?
What's that?
Eva is with the KGB, isn't she? Can I really believe what she says? How do I know she won't double-cross me?
There are no guarantees in espionage, Snake, only calculated guesses. At this point in time, the KGB stands nothing to gain by stabbing us in the back.
So you're saying I can trust her?
I'm saying the chance that she'll betray you is low. Of course, we checked the route she gave you against our own data. It looks like a pretty solid infiltration route. It makes good use of weak spots in the enemy's defenses. You shouldn't have any problems. Follow the route Eva showed you and proceed with the mission.
Roger.
First, enter the cave through the crevice. Eva said it was to the north, so head that way.
This is also one thing that they just said. So apparently Adam and Eve, they are both KGB. Because I have an earlier note saying indeed also that Adam is a KGB spy infiltrating Volgin's ranks. And now they said, Snake just said Eve is also KGB. So why the hell aren't they more coordinated? I don't understand.
Snake, your number one priority in this mission is rescuing Sokolov. Eva said he is in the lab, so head over there.
Right.
Do you remember how to get to the lab?
You mean what Eva told me?
Yes.
Of course I do.
All right, repeat it for me.
Major, do you think I'd forget something like that?
Let's hear it then.
First I head north.
Hmm?
And then I'll come to a crevice.
And then?
And then...
All right, let's go over this
Really
one more
funny.
time. First, head north through the jungle. Enter the cave through the crevice to the north. Follow the cave to the end and you'll come out in an aqueduct surrounded by mangrove. Follow the aqueduct to the north and you should arrive at a warehouse. Climb out of the water and enter the warehouse. After you've infiltrated the warehouse, pass through it to the north. Then you'll emerge in the woods again. The lab will be directly to the north. Are we clear now?
Yeah.
Snake?
I got it. Basically, I just head north, right?
Eva was right when she said that operating in an unknown jungle at night is extremely dangerous. In my former outfit, the SAS, we'd always be sure to set up camp before sunset and wait until daybreak before setting out again. Being able to stay in that abandoned factory made things a lot easier for you. You ought to be thanking Eva.
Alright. And another little note. One moment. Major Tom. XSAS. Is Major 0. Because I'm making this note at when he was still called, or his codename was Major Tom. Alright, one
Major,
more intelligence.
what's this temptation Eva was talking about?
In the Old Testament of the Bible, Eve was seduced by a snake into tasting the fruit of knowledge. By eating the forbidden fruit, Adam and Eve disobeyed God's command and were cast out from the Garden of Eden. Thus, it was the snake who led mankind into original sin.
Come to think of it, I did break a rib in the virtuous mission. Maybe that's where Eva came from.
But the one who tempted Adam into eating the forbidden fruit was Eve. You may be working together, but she's still a KGB operative. Don't let your guard down.
I don't intend to.
One
Snake,
more.
I heard you got a scientist disguise from Eva.
Yeah.
Go to uniform on the camouflage screen and choose scientist to disguise yourself as a scientist.
Scientist, huh?
But it won't do you any good to go around the jungle wearing a scientist disguise.
No one would be that stupid.
You're right. No one would think of going around the jungle in a scientist disguise. If they did, they'd have to be a fool. Oh, no, more than a fool. A complete dumbass. Don't you think so, Snake?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens if we do that. Or probably this entry is assuming that the player already did so. But let's see anyways. Right, we're a scientist. And let's see if they have anything to comment on that.
First, enter the cave through the crevice. Eva said it was to the north, so head that way. First, enter the cave through the crevice. Eva said it was to the north, so head that way.
You got some instant noodles, huh?
Instant noodles?
Uh-huh. It was invented in Japan just recently. Add some hot water and it's ready to eat. It's cheap and can be stored for a long time. And besides, it's delicious. It's like a miracle food.
Wow.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
are you going to eat that?
I was planning on it, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Is there some reason I shouldn't?
No, that's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
I was just going to say that if you weren't going to eat it, you should bring it back to me. I've always wanted to try some.
Whatever.
I see you've got yourself a ration. Rations are portable meals carried by Soviet soldiers.
I've heard some nasty stories about how they taste.
It looks like the rumors are true.
Great.
Hey, you should be grateful. Those things are designed to last. No matter how long you keep a ration, it'll never go bad. And they're surprisingly good for you, too.
I'd take a snake over this any day, even if it's a little rotten.
You are hopeless.
Right.
Hey,
two
Snake,
more
remember
seconds,
back
and
at
then
the
we're good to
abandoned
go.
factory when you whittled the grip of that 45 down?
Yeah,
I've never heard of a customization like that before. Why the grip?
to fit it with a knife.
A knife? You're gonna keep the knife and the gun both at the ready?
That's the idea.
Why would you want to do that?
Sometimes a knife works better in close proximity encounters. So I equip both at the same time. That way I can switch back and forth in an instant.
Badass. So that's that.
CQC.
Snake, you said Eva said her Mauser was a Type 17, right?
Yeah, what about it?
That model was produced in the 1920s in a weapons lab in the Shaanxi province in China. The cartridge part sticks out lower than the original to accommodate 45 caliber rounds. The barrel and chamber are a little bit thicker too. But most telling of all, it's got Chinese characters engraved on both sides of the frame like you saw. And that firing stance Eva was talking about where you hold the gun horizontally, that's a trademark of the Chinese. Just like you were saying, when you're firing in full auto mode, the muzzle jump effect gives you a horizontal strafing motion. They say it's especially deadly in indoor and close-range mop-up actions. The Japanese called it bandit shooting and used to dread it. Makes you wonder where she learned to shoot like that.
Alrighty.
You want to save?
Let's save.
Hold on a sec. Snake, have you seen Earth versus the Spider?
Nope.
It's about this spider that suddenly mutates into a giant monster. They bring it into the city in a state of hibernation, but it wakes up and starts wrecking the place.
So why did the spider turn huge?
I told you, it suddenly mutated.
Yeah, right.
Snake, it's people like you that take all the fun out of watching movies. Always nitpicking and taking things too seriously. Honestly, why even bother? Look, the important thing isn't that it got big.
Then what is important?
The fact that there's a huge spider destroying the city. Suspend your disbelief. That's the whole point of movies.
Alright, thanks for that, paramedic. Alright, let's get some regular camo going on. The regular uncamouflaged. Alright, I found it a fun encounter. Compared to last time I played it, I found it a bit, everything still a bit cumbersome, the controls and stuff. But actually, now I'm totally a fan of it. Alright, I did take the frog here already. Yes, we're good to go. Journey Brute. Journey Brute. Holy shit. Big area. And even if you look at, there are only a couple of plants here. And it's not that high detail, but still it all looks pretty believable, and that's a great achievement. Like, making something look way better than it actually does. Like the sum, this is a good example indeed of the sum of the parts is more than the parts by itself. Alright, we got a snake. I should not forget also to throw some food and stuff and live animals to guards. I'm just running around a bit just in case there might be a frog over here. Oh. That's a frog, right? Just holy shit. It's coming for me. Looks a bit like a poisonous frog, a red one. And I think I am putting on my thermal goggles. Hoping it will show like goodies. But it doesn't really. Holy shit! That's probably because this thermal goggles checks out heat signatures and there's actually swimming in this game, but apparently the crocodiles don't really have a high body temperature. Right, what do we have here?
Snake, are you there?
Eva,
Did you miss me?
did you make it without any trouble?
No one saw me.
So you're back with Vulcan.
In a matter of speaking.
What about the boss?
Yeah, she's here too.
Better be careful.
Thanks, I will. The boss and I get along pretty well, though. I guess we traders have a lot in common.
Why would anyone want to defect? Betraying your country like that, I just don't get it.
Are you talking about the boss?
Why do you do it? Weren't you born and raised in America?
Yes, in a small rural town. I never even knew there were other countries, other cultures, other ways of thinking, until I went to work for the NSA. And one day, I'd found I'd lost faith in the things I'd been taking for granted.
What did you see? What was it that made you want to change sides?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
I saw the universe.
The universe?
Not the actual universe. The universe as the intelligence community sees it. I realized that the gravity in this universe was holding me back. That's all. People and countries are both changed by their environment and by the times.
That sounds like what the boss was saying.
There's a world of difference between this country and America. But it's only a difference of position, a difference of perspective. Coming here made me realize something. Half of what I'd been told was a complete and utter lie. The other half was a conveniently constructed lie.
Where's the truth then?
It's hidden in the lies.
Are you lying too?
Who knows? I've been trained to make even the most severe falsehood sound like the honest truth. Weren't you?
No. I believe because I have to, even if it is a lie. That's part of my mission.
I'll have to remember that. If you need me, give me a call on the radio. My frequency is 142.52. See ya.
Right, let's see if she has a lot more to say.
That swamp seems pretty deep. It's probably deep enough to dive underwater and swim around. Press the crawl button when you're swimming on the surface to dive underwater. The controls when you're underwater are quite different from when you're on land. The left stick controls the direction you're facing. Press up, down, left or right to turn in that direction. Press the CQC button or the crawl button to move forward. Each button press will move you one stroke forward. Press the button repeatedly to swim faster. You can also press the action button to surface in an emergency. While you're swimming, you can use the right stick to look in a different direction without changing the direction you're going.
Handy tip, I was not aware of
Snake,
that.
you'll be helpless if a crocodile attacks you in the water. You can't see behind you when you're swimming, so if you're in a crocodile-infested swamp, keep an eye on your six. Also, by using your sensors, you should be able to detect crocodiles before they get too close.
Major, tell me a little bit more about the space race.
In 1957, the Soviet Union succeeded in launching their first artificial satellite, Sputnik, into orbit. Having been beaten to the chase by the Soviets, the US government accelerated its own space program in an effort to catch up. The following year, the space development programs of the various service branches were united to form the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA. That same year, the Mercury program was launched with the goal of putting a man into space. 7 candidates were chosen from the military as the first astronauts. These were the men with the right stuff. But as you know, it was a Soviet cosmonaut, Yuri Gagarin, who made the first successful manned spaceflight 3 years ago. NASA's first successful ballistic flight came 1 month after Gagarin's mission, with the Freedom 7 carrying Alan Shepard into space. After that, with America still lagging behind the Soviets in orbital flight, President Kennedy made a momentous decision. That America would put a man on the moon before the end of the decade.
Yeah, I heard that speech, but a lot of guys I knew weren't real happy about it. They said no one was going to make them go on a mission to blow up some damn moon base.
But rocket research and missile research are closely related. Imagine, if you will, a Soviet Union able to send wave after wave of nuclear missiles raining down on Washington from a base on the surface of the moon. Even if that's still a long way from reality, if we lose the initiative, we may never get it back. We're left with no choice but to keep moving forward one step at a time. The Gemini program, launched 2 years ago, represents the initial step towards establishing a moon base. And yet, I don't want to call President Kennedy a liar, but I simply can't imagine that in 6 years man will have reached the moon.
I don't know. I never even thought we'd make it up into space. I guess it all depends on whether you have the will to make it happen.
Perhaps you're right.
Pretty cool that in this, when this game takes place, the whole space race actually is like the thing of the present. It's really like I think Kennedy was killed in '63. This is 1 year after, and the aim of Kennedy to go to the moon was by I think the end of the '60s decade. So they're in the thick of it, so to
Snake,
say.
making it harder for the enemy to spot you isn't the only advantage to maintaining a high camo index. The harder you are to distinguish from your surroundings, the harder you are to hit. In other words, the enemy's shots will miss more often. Do everything you can to keep your camo index high at all times.
Whoa, that's also a good tip.
Snake, this is a solo sneaking operation. There are no medics there to assist you. You'll have to treat your own injuries. Are we clear?
I had a little bit of training, but I'm no doctor.
That's where I come in. To treat an injury, first press the start button to open the survival viewer, then select cure to start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Treatment with medicine involves administering oral remedies and serum injections. You'll use this treatment method when you have food poisoning or when you've been bitten by a venomous animal. Surgical treatment involves applying surgical techniques to injured areas. You'll use this method to take care of burns and gunshot wounds. As long as you do everything you're supposed to, your injury should heal completely. Be sure to follow the proper procedures.
Snake, be careful. The way to change between standing, crouching, and crawling has changed slightly from the methods learned in training. When standing, press the crawl button briefly to crouch, and press and hold to take a crawling position. Since by crouching you take a lower position, it has a higher camo index than standing. And the added stability of crouching lessens the effect of gun recoil. If you try shooting while crouching, you'll notice your shots will bunch together more consistently than when standing. Press the crawl button while crouching to stand up, and move the left stick to crawl in a direction. When crawling, your camo index becomes extremely high, and your firing of guns becomes even more stable than while crouching. You can move the left stick while on your stomach to crawl in a particular direction. When you are crawling, use small movements of the left stick to crawl silently at the expense of speed. However, be warned that crawling consumes more stamina than simply walking. Press and hold the crawl button while in crawl position to stand up. Press the crawl button briefly to switch to crouch position. Don't forget, if you want to stand up quickly from a crawling position, press and hold the crawl button.
Alright.
Snake, the food you catch will gradually spoil over time.
Some types of food spoil faster than others. Animal and fish meat goes bad relatively fast, but plants and mushrooms generally last a little longer. Animals won't go bad if you capture them alive, though. You can tell whether food has gone bad or not by looking closely at the icon on the food screen in the survival viewer. So be sure to check the icon before you eat the food. If you eat spoiled food, you'll get sick and end up with a stomach ache. It'll get better eventually if you leave it alone, but that means you'll throw up and lose a lot of stamina. If you get a stomach ache, go to Cure in the survival viewer and take some digestive medicine. Digestive medicine and antidotes aren't the only ways to cure stomach aches and food poisoning. You can also induce vomiting. Go into the survival viewer and press the viewer button to enter viewer mode. Then rotate the right stick to spin your body around, and eventually you'll start feeling queasy. When you get dizzy enough, exit the survival viewer and you'll throw up. That should get rid of any stomach ache and food poisoning you have. Give it a try.
That was again somebody totally else reading that script than the actual paramedic. Or maybe she had an off day or something, but it sounded really different. Alright, so we can throw up ourselves. That's pretty funny. Let's try that again, indeed. Here we go. So we do viewer, and there we go. Let's get dizzy. This should do it, right? Yes, that worked. But my stamina is totally a goner now. So I need to eat something. Gross. Ooh. That snake was super tasty. Like so. And let's also see what Eve has
That
to say.
area is known as Chorny Prud. The name means something like the Black Shore in Russian. It got its name from the deep swamp that covers the area. The crocodiles in that swamp are extremely vicious. Apparently, they've already chewed up a bunch of soldiers out on patrol. Now no one even dares to go near the swamp. They said that most of the soldiers who were killed were attacked from behind while they were in the water. You be careful out there.
Eva, what kind of unit are those ocelots I fought a little while ago?
The Ocelot unit is an elite group composed of soldiers handpicked from among the ranks of Spetsnaz, the Special Forces wing of GRU. They've undergone even more rigorous training than regular Spetsnaz. Their skill with weapons is the stuff of legends. You'll find they're much better shots than the rest of GRU. Watch yourself. The crevice that leads to the cave is still a ways to the north. Keep heading that way.
Right, one moment. I have to make a little note. Spetsnaz. Special Forces of GRU. Alright, so actually his ocelots are from GRU, but secretly Adam is supposed to be, at least what we know until now, a KGB agent. But opposite
The
side.
crevice that leads to the cave is still a ways to the north. Keep heading.
Alright, so we're
First, head
hitting,
north through the jungle.
A loop here.
Enter the cave.
Right, we already know this one. Alright, I think we're good to go. What the hell is this? I want to stab it or cut it, but probably I will do like a CQC move forward and then explode. So I'm a bit hesitant. Holy shit! Holy shit! That was a close call. That did work, but that was almost the end. Alright, I also must not forget that I am still looking for a nice little... Let's see if we can indeed swim. But I must not forget that I'm actually also still need to find that nice... Holy shit. How the hell do I get up there? Probably through the tree over there. Anyways, Snake is not the fastest swimmer, holy shit, in the world. Cannot climb this tree. I do see a line over there, so that could help. But what was I saying? Ah, yeah, that we also need to watch out for the frog in this level. Still have to find it. And there is more. Snake, come on. Get up there, man. Alright, I have no clue what to do here, to be honest. Cannot really get up there. Ah, okay. I need to get to that tree, and then I can use the lines. That swimming is actually not really... Ah, it's the X button. So that was it. So, holy shit. That was a close call. That's where we came from, right? Yes. Ah, we need to go to the left over here. Holy shit, let's get up there. That was pretty fun. Let's try that one more time. So we go down and we swim. It's actually... No, get up there. Pretty fun. Mechanic. In that you can actually, lots of times in games when you can swim, you need to move forward. Or often. And in this one you can also just chill down. Actually what I just said is not really true. In a lot of games where you can swim, you can also just be stationary in the water. But what is cool in this game is that it's first person swimming. You don't see that a lot. It are mostly third person games like Lara Croft where you can swim a bit. Alright. Where is the freaking frog? And what about this whole layout? We have like two major parts, right? So we have the one over there. And Ah, the area to the right actually is a dead end. So I will check. This is the main path, I think, because this is not a dead end. So we do have to check out that other path as well before going into this one. Whoa, what the hell was that? Holy shit! Luckily that doesn't look too dangerous. Just water. But let's eat something. Ah, that's because of the swimming, of course.
That's tasty.
So we have to check that other area. I forgot what I was talking about. Probably not that interesting. Also the frog we still have to find. And let's just get that box over there. Nope, no, fuck me, holy shit. What the hell, game? But I must say there were actually quite some. The codec may probably be a bit boring to watch if you're looking for like an action-packed YouTube video. But actually the the information in the codec, I really must say, pretty cool. Often. Either it's funny, or it's useful, or it's about the lore. And actually, I really enjoy them. So, it also depends on what you like. But this is of course also a heavy story-driven game. So, in my book, it's just a part of it. But I can understand that sometimes it may be a bit much. Right, can I make that? No, I will first eat something to get some more stamina for this crossing. Milk snake. Oh, by the way, also read the description. A brightly colored snake, not eaten yet, taste unknown. Alright, that's not too much description. Oh, first read it. Golova, a type of jackfruit that grows only in Tselino-Yarsk. Golova means head, and the fruit was so named because it grows to about the size of a human head. Not eaten yet, said to be fairly tasty.
I want some more.
Holy shit, that was a waste. I didn't need that much stamina anymore, and that fruit, the Golova, probably could have filled an entire stamina bar. If it was fully drained, it would probably almost fill it completely. And now I only made use for it for like less than 1/4 of the full stamina bar. But it is what it is. Alright, do I drop down over here? Let's just do that. Nice. Right. What do we have here? A croc cap. What the hell does that do? Equip to wear. Yes, but what does it do, peoples? Probably helps with the crocodiles. Ah, and it will maybe also help with the section that is coming up, where I think we have to get somewhere through the water. Nice, those little water bubbles. Pretty cool. But that could actually help us maybe distract guards when we wear that cap. So that's pretty cool. I really like that creative, out of the box thinking of the Kojima Productions. I wonder if I just walk into it whether I also get hurt. I will not try it. Or shall I try it? Yes, god damn it. Quite a lot even. Get up. So those are pretty dangerous even when hanging stationary. What do I have? A leech. Blood-sucking leeches attached to body. Stamina will... Ah, that's why my stamina is continuously decreasing. Let's burn them off. Like... Poor leech. Must hurt. Alright, another one. And we have a cut. We will do some disinfect, some styptic, some bandage, and some suture. Good to go. Let's also eat a bit more to max it out and to regain my health. Let's read about this one. Autumn frog, a large frog not eaten yet, taste unknown.
Pretty tasty.
Alright, nice. Here we go. It's also, holy shit, this is like a different area. I don't understand. It's blocked off, right? Or it looks at least a bit blocked off. How can such a small site passage be like its own loading part. The one to the left, that seems to be like the one that continues, and it said we have to, I think, continue to the north, but I don't know whether it said northeast or northwest. Let's check that out for the main
First, enter the
campaign.
cave through the crevice. Eva said it was to the north, so head that way.
Yeah, but the north, there are two ways to the north.
Snake, be careful. I might not have told you this yet, but that swamp is rigged with traps.
Tell me about it.
So you know already.
Yeah.
Well, then you're all set. The traps in that area are set to go off when a rope stretched along the ground is disturbed. Keep a close eye on the ground and make sure you don't trip over a rope. I mean, far be it from me to call you an idiot who can't avoid even the simplest of traps, but you know... What's the matter?
Nothing. Never mind.
Wait,
Eva,
let's
where
check
are
out
you
how
now?
Eva is
I told you, didn't I? I'm right near the Colonel.
Pretty weak answer, if you ask me.
28.
I suppose you're right.
Eva,
Snake, I'm under orders to cooperate with you, but that doesn't mean I have to tell you everything I know. I would assume the same applies to you, too.
One moment, just looking at something. Man, I already wrote way too much down. Alright, I see it. She is 28 in 1964.
The traps in that area are set to go off when a rope stretched along the ground is disturbed. Keep a close eye on the ground and make...
Alright, still. I am not going this way because it's like a new area that's loading in. I first need to find the frog in this area. Could it be that it's underwater actually? I wonder. Right, that cap probably does not help. Against the crocodiles themselves. Yeah, I already checked it out over here. But let's do it a bit more thorough. By the way, pretty fun mechanic that swimming and those leeches actually really take away stamina. Because that really forces the player to eat more than just a regular hunger cycle. Which is pretty cool, I find. Right, I'm getting totally stung by all the leeches. My idea maybe is to get a bit to the middle. And see if there is anything interesting. And with interesting, I'm more meaning. The frog. Holy shit! Shit! No way!
Snake, respond! Snake!
God damn it. That means I have to redo that crocodile cap and stuff. Alright, that will be for tomorrow, guys. It is so incredibly late already. I just couldn't put this game down. Yeah, that's just because I enjoyed it so much. Still do. Hope you enjoyed the episode as well somewhat. Hope to see you in the next one. And for the meantime, do not forget, you yourself also always do keep on gaming.